U.S. President Donald J. Trump just blocked money transfers to 3 Mexican financial institutions. Why? Are you affected? Find out. Stay tuned. What's going on, mi gente? This is Profe Gallo. In this video, I'm going to break down what's going on with Donald J. Trump, the President of the United States, and him blocking money transfers from the U.S. to Mexico, specifically to 3 Mexican financial institutions. So the U.S. Treasury Department just blocked money transfers from U.S. banking institutions to 3 financial institutions in Mexico. 2 of them are banks, and the other is a brokerage. Now, the so-called cartel banks that Trump is referring to is Banco, Intercam Banco, and a brokerage called Vector Casa de Bolsa. Now, this is being led by U.S. and Mexican authorities who are cracking down on the cartels, and more specifically, the cartels that traffic fentanyl. And the reason for this is banks have always played a huge role in money laundering, right? Always had. If you go back to Panama in the days of Noriega, where Panama was a huge money laundering city, and you can also reference this in Miami if you look at the cocaine cowboys and how cocaine built Miami. So this is not anything new. And this is the first time in recent history that the U.S. has taken a stance against Mexican banks, specifically these 3 banks. The U.S. Treasury Department claims that Banco has helped facilitate money laundering for a number of cartels, including the Jalisco New Generation, Beltran Levia, and Gulf. And officials say that the bank had facilitated procurement of chemicals used to make fentanyl from China by processing over $2.1 million in payments for the materials. Now, the brokerage Vector Casa de Bolsa is accused of facilitating money laundering for the Sinaloa and Gulf cartels, including $1 million in payments for fentanyl chemicals. Now, Intercam Banco has faced similar charges and was accused of passing through transfers of $1.5 million in payments for chemicals used to produce fentanyl from China. These orders are just the latest from Donald J. Trump, the President of the United States, and more could come after this. Now, the reason why I think it is important to bring this up is because many of us who live in Mexico or spend a lot of time in Mexico may actually use one of these banks. Now, the brokerage Vector Casa de Bolsa, I never heard of. I'm not sure how popular it is, but it's probably not amongst expats or people in the English-speaking community here in Mexico. But I can tell you that Intercam Banco is a popular bank amongst expats and foreigners living in Mexico. Why? Well, historically, Intercam Banco was one of those banks that allow you to open a bank account with just your passport. And you didn't have to have a residency card to open up a bank account. Now, this may have changed recently, but historically, that's not the case. So I know that some of you actually use Intercam Banco and may transfer funds from the U.S. to Intercam Banco and back from Intercam Banco to the U.S. But now that just been blocked, so you'll have to figure out other options. Also, Banco. Now, I see Banco all over the place here in Mexico, but I have never heard of any foreigners using Banco, so I don't know how quite popular Banco is. In any case, I do recommend that you have more than one bank account in Mexico, just in case something like this happens in the future. Thanks for being here with me at Expat Travel on Points. Like, share, subscribe. Check out these videos here if you enjoy my content. And I'll be sharing more with you soon. Peace.